Welcome to the world of Vindictus Defying Fate, an adrenaline-fueled action game currently in the pre-alpha stage where every clash is a symphony and every step is a dance with destiny. Immerse yourself in a dark and intense odyssey where you'll face towering adversaries and navigate a 3D world teeming with mystery and danger. Embrace the challenge, embark on the journey, and be a part of the saga that defies fate. That is what the Steam page reads, and I'm honestly of a mind to believe what they say. If its predecessor, Vindictus, is anything to go off of, this is going to be a dark, engaging, fast-paced action game. The one thing that I'm most curious of, though, is their mention of navigating a 3D world teeming with mystery and danger. Vindictus was a hub-MMO, and the bulk of the game transpired in very small, very linear instance dungeons. But this wording makes it sound like its successor, Defying Fate, might provide us a much grander world to explore, potentially. Before we discuss what Vindictus Defying Fate is, let me put your minds at ease though. This is not a gacha game, this is not a cross-platform game, and most importantly, this is not a mobile game. This is a PC game that is launching on Steam with a pre-alpha test actually beginning on March 13th, running through March 18th, according to their FAQ. Last week, a trailer was dropped for Vindictus Defying Fate that was met with what seems to be a mostly positive reception. Hundreds of thousands of views for the trailer, thousands of positive comments expressing how Vindictus was such an integral part of their life. But we all know, you should know especially, that trailers can be very deceiving. With this in mind, let's take a minute to dive into the trailer, see how much of it is pre-rendered, how much of it is actually captured in game, and if there's really a UI that proves any of this is real. I mean, immediately, this is beautiful. Damn. Like, this is what I thought Throne and Liberty was gonna look like. I know that boss, I fought him the hundreds of times. Although I've also fought him with a hat on. Oh, that's gory. Damn. Okay, actually this bit here, this bit probably looks like the only bit of real actual gameplay in the entire trailer so far. A lot of this looks pre-rendered, but this bit in specific looks like it might be real. But, I mean, everything we've seen has been beautiful, gory, very high quality, and exactly what you'd think of a successor to Vindictus. I like the emphasis on dodging. Not that I'm ever very good at it. That looked really good. It did look really good, but at the same time, I also don't know how much of it was actual real footage and how much of it was pre-rendered. Now, before we continue to delve into what Defying Fate really is, let me take a moment to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do videos like this every single week. You guys are absolutely crazy, and I cannot thank you all enough for the support. Navigating back to Steam, we see 4 different sections devoted to explaining what the game is. Action game full of excitement. Experience a combat system that redefines intensity. Every battle is a test of skills, strategy, and reflexes. Engage in heart-pounding clashes with enemies that dwarf your stature, providing an unparalleled sense of challenge. Vindictus was known for its fast, fluid, environmentally destructive combat, and I have no doubt in my mind this is going to be very much the same. Redefines, I mean, unlikely, but comparably to other MMOs, very possibly. Create your own character. Each character is unique, not only in appearance, but weapons and combat style, allowing you to choose the combat experience that suits your playstyle and personality. Customize your character with high-quality outfits that express your chosen character's persona and specialty. This is a little bit confusing here. See, they go on to say that you can create your own character, but then they elaborate on this by claiming you can customize your character with high quality outfits. Now, I'm hoping that this means that both outfits and character customization are going to be available as options, but because RPGs are best experienced by a character that you have control over creating, I think that there is a degree of class and character identity that is missed out on when using a predetermined character, which does admittedly work very well for story-driven games, but for a game like Vindictus, well, I honestly don't foresee there even being much of a plot to follow. Monstrous adversaries. Drawing inspiration from creatures and monsters in Celtic mythology, brace yourself for epic encounters that demand not just strength, but cunning. Learn to adapt, anticipate, and attack your foes until you've overcome their legendary prowess in battle. I just also want to point out they wrote draw whining. Yeah. Now, see, this is personally what I want out of an MMO. I want something that is challenging, not just click on an enemy, cycle through your 1, 2, 3 keys, auto-attacking them, moving out of the red circles that appear. That got boring years ago. I want dynamic encounters that require your attention, that require your reflexes and anticipation of enemy abilities. Immersive 3D environments. Immerse yourself in a visually stunning 3D world that pushes the boundaries of what's possible in gaming. Traverse diverse landscapes, from haunting dungeons to desolate landscapes, each meticulously crafted to enhance the overall gaming experience. This makes it feel like the world is much more open than its predecessor, even going as far as to claim that there are dungeons present, which, if the game were an instanced game, would be kind of a redundant statement to make. And with how beautiful Vindictus was, and honestly how good this trailer looked, I have absolute faith that, graphically at least, this will be an absolute hit, just like the hit to the performance my PC will take. According to their FAQ over on Steam, a pre-alpha test will begin on March 13th, running through March 18th. Naturally, the game data will be deleted upon the conclusion of the test phase. They confirmed that the pre-alpha test is going to be accessible globally, with limited regions at launch, likely the same regions that the current Vindictus restricts access from. There will be no NDA in place, which means the team are proud of their work and want the world to see it. This is a good sign. Apparently, they want us to test out the physics system. For those of you that played the original Vindictus, you know what that means, and I'm more than happy to oblige. In Vindictus, there were individual characters, or heroes, much like in Black Desert Online. Each character was fully customizable, and it seems Defying Fate seems to be following suit, with 2 characters, Lon and Fiona, available during the test phase. This is a single-player game during the test phase specifically, but multiplayer will be added, allowing players to play the game together cooperatively. As I noted in a previous video, more and more studios are beginning to realize that MMOs just aren't worth it anymore, and are instead migrating over to multiplayer games. They're cheaper to produce, maintain, and don't require the same regular updates that MMOs need to survive. They also confirmed their plans for a console release Monday. Specifics are unconfirmed at present. It looks as though a completely open world is out of the question. The fields, as they describe them as, are sizable, filled with various exciting factors that I'll honestly take large zones over small linear dungeons. Interestingly, they've also chosen not to confirm the business model of the game, which leads me to believe that they're gauging interest before deciding if it's worthwhile to launch as a buy-to-play game, before inevitably relaunching as Vindictus Defying Fate Unleashed, a full free-to-play conversion. They've also shown an interest in including PvP in the game, but are currently undecided. Ultimately, this looks like it could be an MMO done right. Unfortunately, it does look like they're reducing the massively aspect of the game and making it what I like to refer to as a minimally multiplayer online role-playing game. Yeah, I'd like to coin that term henceforth. Although, let's also be honest here, if Vindictus was an MMO and the maximum number of players that could join your group was like 5, with the multiplayer functionality present, this is probably going to be exactly the same, which means that this is going to potentially be as massively multiplayer as Vindictus was. This is a fast, action-packed game with large areas to explore, daunting boss monsters to engage, all playable with other people. This could genuinely be really good, but Only time will tell. Now, if Vindictus Defying Fate is not an MMO you're at all interested in, or not an RPG you're at all interested in, however you want to refer to this game as, I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more your style.